So tonight we have Brother Letchu, and as well as having an amazing spiritual journey, because today the topic is spiritual navigation, and he will share with us how he has done that, because he not only is a yogi of 35 years and has been looking after our centres in Malaysia. How many centres now in Malaysia?
About 55.
55 centres,
big.
55 class locations and centres throughout Malaysia. But while he's been doing all of this, he's been also working for the ministry and working in biosafety. He retired a year ago and now consults, so he travels and consults in different countries, but he carried both of these, working at such a high position. He was the director of the Department of, it's not written on here.
Biosafety.
Department of Biosafety for the Malaysian government. So, as well as having that high-powered position, he was looking after our centre and now stays at our retreat centre called the Asian Retreat Centre, which is just near the airport in Kuala Lumpur. So, Letchu, if you'd like to come, and you can clip this on. And he just arrived this morning from Malaysia, no, lunchtime actually, from Malaysia. So, how are you travelling? Spiritual navigating through the travels. You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Very good. Refreshing. Very good. So maybe just a little introduction, briefly, about why you anyway took up the practice of meditation. Just briefly.
Well, I didn't really was looking forward to learn meditation. But what happened was, after my graduation, after all my friends have gone out of the main city to get a job, and I was the only one working in Kuala Lumpur, I felt lonely. And I am also not the type who would like to go to party and sing and dance and drink, smoke. So then I felt empty inside. So how do I feel the emptiness? Of course, I'll be waiting for weekend, hoping that these friends will come, and they never came. So then I thought, I will now go for jogging, because I have to keep my time occupied, and so I started jogging, and one day, when I was jogging in front of the center. Then I thought, hey, why should I be jogging? I should learn the yoga. And that's how I entered, and I was told that this is not physical yoga, this is mind yoga. And the people who welcome me are so very loving and caring, and oh, come, this is a good place and all that. But most importantly, what I find is, when I took the 7-lesson course, it totally changed my attitude towards me. And I used to be, though I'm a graduate and I did chemical engineering, something to be proud about, but I lacked a lot of self-respect, no confidence, because I couldn't speak the language properly. I could speak the language of maths and science, but not English. So if I go for meetings and all that, I will, most of the time, will remain quiet, and only if I need to talk, I will speak. Because I was having the worry that if I don't speak properly, people will say, look at this guy, engineer, he can't even speak English properly. What kind of engineer he is? And at that time, my feeling is I cannot take such comments. It's embarrassing. You feel very bad about it, But after I take the course, and I begin to realize that, hey, come on, you are not an ordinary person. Deep inside you, You are a positive, totally positive entity. You've got everything you need in your life. You are peaceful, you are loving, you are powerful. So what if somebody says you are stupid? I know I am not stupid. I'm a loving person, I'm a peaceful person. So I start conversing with myself like that and boost my self-respect. And so it was the time for me to learn meditation. So I walked into the meditation center and I learned meditation, and I could see the immediate results of the meditation I learned. Let alone meditation, the knowledge. Because meditation is a secondary thing. First is knowledge. When you enjoy knowledge, that's where you come to terms about things. About as somebody telling me stupid, and now I'm telling, no, I know I'm not a stupid person. I'm such a positive person. See, I come to terms. When you come to terms, then you are relaxed.
And the loneliness?
And the loneliness, because now that, after all, what is loneliness about? When you have company, what is it about? You take something from them. You know, when you enjoy company means you are taking something from the people around you. Some people, praise you or congratulate you for this and that, and people tell their success story, you tell the success story. This exchange makes you feel that you are in the midst of people who recognize you, who give regard to you. But now, after learning meditation, I don't need anybody to give me regard. I have respect for myself. I don't really need anybody's love. I can generate love, which before meditation, I couldn't generate love. I am the type of a person who think in a more logical way and look at things in a more logical way and lose out on the emotional part. For example, if say there is an issue about somebody and that person comes and talks to me, so I will talk to them in a very logical way, and if that person has done something wrong, I will say, this is wrong. And now that person is crying, and I will not feel anything. And after some time, this person who was crying, he will go back and share with the friends. And the friends will call me and tell, hey, what did you talk to that person? The person is crying. I said, I didn't say anything wrong. It was the wrong thing they have done. I just explained and said, this is wrong. So, from being that kind of a person, which means that very logical minded, we are very clear about what is truth. But where I fail is the truth, when I convey to the person, I imagine that that person is like me, and therefore that person should be able to accept it because of logical. But after meditation, learning meditation, I realized that people are different. Even though something is true, the mannerism that we share with them, and because somebody has done something wrong, that we have to really make them feel comfortable, and then sort of explain in a very loving and caring way, and also making them feel that the way I am talking to the person is giving support to them to bring that change. So this big change I saw. Therefore, I continue meditation, learn more and more. And in the beginning, of course, I must say that I didn't know how to meditate. Because, I am very logical thinking person. Anybody who is a logical thinking person will find meditation difficult.
How many here are logical thinking and agree with that?
When the commentary was given, how I analyzed it?
This one,
the commentary just now, I know that if I have not learned meditation, I wouldn't have enjoyed it. But when the community was there, I was just enjoying it. Why? Because I'm already come to terms with all the things that is explained in the commentary. I'm relaxed. So in the state of being relaxed, when that was mentioned, I could give life to those words. Those words are not just words, but it's feelings.
Otherwise you would have analysed it.
Yeah, otherwise I will only appreciate the words, I'm relaxed, I'm peaceful, I'm this, I'm that, by just word. That was my problem with meditation. When people say when you are meditating, you take your mind to the world beyond, and then in the world beyond, you see so many points, and it's a peaceful place around that. So I used to think, and then at the end of it, I didn't feel anything. You see?
So not much imagination, would you say?
Not much imagination for me, yeah. So therefore, I learned to imagine. And you know how my imagination, I want to learn from people. Imagination means particularly when imagination in terms of intellectual creativity is there, but emotional creativity is not there. So I thought, I want to know how to be loving. So how do I learn this? My parents used to be very loving. So I visualized my parents and how they took care of me, and I feel that now. So I borrowed the idea of looking at my parents and how they treated me, the feelings I got when the word love appears in meditation. Which means for the word love, I am now inserting feelings into the word.
Otherwise just words.
Otherwise it's just words. Just word. I like to look at babies.
You like to look at babies?
Yes, look at babies. Look, watch their behavior. They will, when babies look at us, they just look at you and they say, they couldn't be bothered. Which means is ability to go beyond. Well, you are there, but I don't know who you are, what you are, why I need to know. I need to know my parents, I need to know who care for me. The rest of them, I don't need to know. Detachment. And then they will laugh. If somebody beat them, they'll cry. And then immediately if the mother hug and give love, then he will laugh. No. Look at that. They don't hold any sorrow, neither they hold the happiness. They change in 1 second. In other words, they don't hold things. So in life, we should be so innocent. No need to hold things. So we can learn from the babies. And then the babies will play games and they will do something and they laugh now. And then people look at them and say, look at this guy. He's playing and laughing and playing and laughing. He's intoxicated with himself. And I thought, that's good. Why should I bother whether what people have to say about me, about what I am doing? I am thinking in such a manner so that I am able to emerge the feelings from inside me by copying the child. I borrowed that idea.
So did you find this translated into your working life?
Yes.
Or did they think you're a little bit...
When come to working life, the meditation help a lot because we are very clear. After learning meditation, now you must understand, I'm talking about when I come to a stage where I'm very comfortable with meditation and I have already a transformed person. Now we talk about work. But before you reach that stage, then it's a period of time that you are okay sometimes, you are not okay, and then you are going to check on your meditation, and then improve your meditation. So that page was there. And then when you are very comfortable, I find that my ability to perform work has increased multiple times. And in the meetings, people will talk. And at the end of the meeting, sometimes when I'm in a meeting, I will make a conclusion. And then my bosses will say, yes, you got the point. Every time you look at me, what is the conclusion? Every time look at me, what is the conclusion? So which means that I could see from all the things people are talking, what are they really saying? You listen to that and then put it together and then present it to the thing. So that's because we are very concentrated on the task, listening other things, focus on the job. So if you are meditating, you will be able to focus on the job.
And it's also like a training to get to the essence. I experienced that when I was very young in my work. We used to have an interagency meeting, and everyone else was, psychologists and, all these people, and I didn't have these kind of qualifications, but I just used to, same as you, watch the thread and get to the point, whereas people I found were often just wanting to be heard, they weren't really saying anything and going off the track. And I chaired one of the scientific meeting. The people are knowledgeable about genetics and areas related to genetics. But my background is chemical engineering and management. So when I listen to them, they've jumped from this point to that point to that point to this point. And if you leave it to them, it will take a long time to come to a conclusion. So when they are talking, you have to make an intervention in between, and then you say, okay, now, this is what we are talking about, this is what we are talking about, this is what we are talking about, and they like it. So this ability of being able to concentrate on the situation and pick up points comes because of the concentration. And I must also say that many of us, we have the ability to meditate, ability to concentrate. Many scientists, when they are focusing on a specific project, no. For them, day and night, project. Such focused attention. So some people are gifted in that way. For me, it is also a kind of a meditation because the love they have on the subject. Yeah, like a passion.
So similarly, if I want to love meditation, do meditation nicely, or really enjoy meditation, I must have such deep love that, hey, I really want to learn meditation. Really. Often I advise some business people, you invest here, you invest there. What's the best investment? Invest your time in learning meditation. Because when you learn meditation, able to really focus your mind, all other things will improve. Your physical wealth and also your bodily wealth also, health also. Everything will improve. But we say we are very busy. No time for meditation because we are very busy. Once one guru was telling, hey, you can't say you got no time. He said, if you say you have no time, then you are dead already. If you exist,
means you still got time.
If you exist means that you got time. So that means come to terms. Those who give the argument no time, come to terms that no, I have to spare time for myself because it's very important. To me, it's most important because through meditation you can achieve anything in your life because it helps to focus. So focusing was very helpful. Secondly, very tense environment. So you're planning for a big function or something, so you have to delegate job and all that. So normally, when you are relaxed, you allow your workers to do their job. You don't constantly pester them, keep asking them what's your progress. So this too much monitoring disturbs the people are doing the work. And in fact, if there's any delay or something goes wrong in the implementation, to me it could be because of the top person only, because in between going and disturbing. I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's good to have that kind of monitoring, but not too much, but still really trust the people who are working and give them room. And whenever you see that something is going out of track, talk to them nicely, empower them rather than blaming them or getting angry with them or making them feel small. Then you generate negative energy. And sometimes we want to control people by making them small and by generating negative energy. But the ultimate result is they don't feel motivated to work for you because you are not appreciative, and sometimes they will ask, okay, you are asking me to do like that, I have to learn this, I have to do this, I have to get it. But have you really spent time with me and caringly guide me step by step, because I do not know, but do you have that much, have you put in that much of care in developing me? So a person who, a meditating person will be relaxed and very caring, and officer's problem is also your problem. So invest time in building people. We normally expect, I want ready-made people who come and they will produce. But in today's reality, not many people like that. It's good to invest on people, really take care of them, train them, then they won't leave your company because of your personality of caring and guiding.
So we have a class every morning, and this morning it mentioned two things that you've brought up. One is learn how to talk to yourself, and the other one is to remove waste thinking, waste hearing, waste doing. So can you elaborate a little bit more on talking to yourself? Because people used to say if you talk to yourself, you're mad. But it's a very good art.
Talking to yourself to me is if there is if say you are, something is bothering you, somebody has done something wrong. The immediate thing is some wrong thing has been done, so productivity is low, so I'm disturbed by that. So then I will say, I must come out of this negativity. So the way is I look at myself, no, I don't want to think about this in a negative way anymore. Let me remain calm. Mistake is done. By me getting disturbed, I don't think we can make any improvement. I know. So let me remain calm. And let me take more of the calmness, energy of calmness. You see, it is a decision. Let me remain calm. And when you say that, not everybody will be able to remain calm instantly. But if you are a yogi, when you say, let me now remain calm, you can do that. We call it power to put a full stop. Always see what next to be done. Don't spend time thinking about what has happened. Okay, you understood. Now, what is next to do? Spend your money, energy more there. So like this, when we do the self-checking, the two things happening. One is my own personality is moving from negativity into positivity, and then in that process I am also looking at people and shifting their thinking from negativity to positivity. So that kind of inward looking thing only will happen if you feel the pain of not remaining calm.
So you have to feel the pain of not
remaining calm. You
so
have
that
been
you'll make the choice
yes,
to
you
be
don't have
calm.
choice. When you say, I'm peaceless, what does it mean? You have been experiencing peace. Now that you are not experiencing peace, so you are saying you are peaceless, which means that you had that experience long before. It's inside you. That's why you are using the word I am peaceless, because the peace is inside you. So, if I can feel the pain of not experiencing peace, then I want to do something. Whenever there is a pain from inside, remove the pain immediately. It is a tips. Remove the pain immediately. Don't allow the pain to grow. Then what happens is you will find it even more difficult to remove it at a later period, because you keep thinking negative, negative and negative.
But how to remove it? We all know we should remove it immediately, but...
Well, you will know because the pain continues. If you are not moving, the sign of that is you are still feeling the pain.
But how to remove it?
Then I make a policy that this is because the very nature, the pain itself, it drives the energy inside you. I want to come out of it. Do you feel that I want to come out of it? You have to feel. If
so we're motivated. When we're
motivated
to
we are
come out of it.
motivated. Not everybody will be able to think like that. No, only if that I want to change myself. That's why I say invest in meditation, invest in improving yourself. Then when this kind of thing happens, say, no, I want to change. Then it is impossible that you cannot change. Many times if somebody says, I'm not able to make a change today, it means what? It means that you are not really wanting to change. And because of that, you are not really wanting to let go certain things you are holding. And the things you are holding causes pain. You look at people's weaknesses, or you speak about people's weakness to somebody. So over time, this way of thinking has become a habit in you, and because of that, that habit is holding you, not allowing you to move to next higher stage. So we know this is a problem everywhere, So don't feel bad about this if you feel that you are one of them. I am also one of them. But because I spent a lot of time, what's happening to me, what is holding me, then I realized, come on, it's you. It's you, it's the dirt in you that is seeing the dirt in others. Is it correct, right? Yeah. For example, say now, you look at the child, You look at the child, you scold the child. What will he do?
Cry.
Some may cry. If they are grown up, they will be older, they will cry. Some, they will just observe. He will just observe. Because he does not have in his vocabulary the word anger or the feeling of anger, he will just observe. It's after some time that, look at the parents doing, then he learn the thing from the parent and the reaction. So, we always become innocent like children. Then you're free from all negativities and you come to neutral. I'm innocent, I don't know. Nowadays I think about, we must create a vocabulary of feelings. Today, in the world, we have vocabulary of words. Every dictionary will describe the word, but no dictionary will be able to describe in such a manner, give you feelings. Because feelings is beyond words. So, I am now creating a dictionary inside me about feelings of every word I learn on the spiritual side. So when you become...
So not just the words or the feeling, but the actual feeling.
Yes. You know why? Because if you are a person of feelings, when you sit for meditation, when you got a problem, you can say, no, I want to remain cool. And you will become cool. Otherwise, you will say, I want to remain cool. But not possible. Because the problem is pulling me. And you will keep going into this kind of a cycle. So therefore, for some time, for a while, you really have to convert words into feelings. And after some time, you will come to a level that it is now in your control. So you will be able to shift your, whatever you want to do. And if you're really able to do immediately, you want to remain calm and you are able to remain calm, your ability will go deeper. You will become even more stronger person.
So we have a group here for non-violent communication. So we try to educate ourselves on feelings, but this is a very good idea to not just know the words, but to consciously practice those feelings. So if you want a good list of feelings, you can Google non-violent communication. You'll get a very good list, and then you can go into the feelings so that you're very familiar. It's an education, isn't it? Because a lot of people don't know, about different feelings, so it's a kind of an education. And that's what meditation is, isn't it? Going into the feeling and creating the experience.
Correct.
And hopefully even getting lost in that experience.
That's feelings.
Yeah.
Our creativity has to be such that even for some areas, I'm not sure how to experience it. You can learn how to act it out.
You say fake it till you make it?
Yeah, just act it out. Act it out. And then, even when you're conducting workshops, ask people to act out. It is there, but because of the dryness, they're very reluctant to come out. But if you are forced to act it out, and if you do it with interest, suddenly somebody who is not so happy, you can see the face change, because they shifted this way of doing things.
Would you describe yourself as a creative person?
Now I am a creative person. Now I am a creative person. In meditation also, you want to experience something. You can borrow many analogies and you compare and then absorb the positive feelings from the analogy and put it here. For example, the commentary says the sun, it comes out very silently. There's such a huge planet, so powerful, and it is sustaining every living thing, and so silently coming out, and then the energy level increasing. And you see, when you imagine it, you get some feelings. So this is creativity. It need not be from living things, from living people like babies, but even mechanical things.
And about waste, so, we've got this, I don't know how many of you have done the course in positive thinking here? How many have done that course, positive thinking course? So we talk about the types of thought, and I've found over the years, even teaching psychologists, you ask them, there's positive thoughts and there's negative thoughts, but there's another kind of thought. What kind of thought is that third type of thought. And I find hardly anyone ever thinks of waste. So it seems like maybe we're not so aware of waste. People are aware of positive and negative, and yet probably 95% of what we think, what would you say, 95% would be waste. Not positive, not negative necessarily, but just waste, like repetitive thinking, you know, thinking about the past. So, and you are in the profession of waste management. So, what insights have you gained through your profession of waste management? Your profession, right?
Yeah.
In
biosafety.
Safety,
Yeah.
you deal a lot with waste, managing waste.
No, I deal with genetic modification.
Oh, genetic modification. Really? Is that what you actually do? Some people are doing bioscience, so genetic modification. Has that got anything to
I'm
do
regulator.
Regulator.
I'm not doing it, I'm just regulating.
You're regulating it, that's good. Are you glad to hear that? Someone's regulating it.
You know,
So-
when you come by plane, Australian, they will say they give importance to biosafety. Anything living, the general term for biosafety, anything living, you know, any damage that can come from living beings, that you can transfer disease, bring disease from outside, you can invite some microbes come here and can be very dominating when they are here. That's one angle, but the one I look at is the genetic modifications.
Is it on the seed you do genetic modification? Do you change the seed?
No, they do all kind of
Not
genetic
he
modifications.
moderates it, so
Yeah,
he
I'm
makes
just
sure
regulating
that
that.
they're not going too far,
Oh.
right?
Yeah. Not too far, the other
For
is safety.
Vegetables, for everything. Or
Nowadays,
humans. What do you
yeah,
work
they-
on?
no,
Everything?
I am not dealing, I didn't do anything to the humans. I don't think they do in Malaysia. In China they do, I think in America they do. But otherwise, normally on seeds, variety seeds, you know, disease control, creating new microbes for producing oil from something else, increasing efficiency, using microbes and producing chemicals which otherwise we have to use other chemicals and produce it like that. So here, for me, it's my job, yeah. So I need to, my concern will be safety level. So for that purpose, I leave the thing to the scientists to do the so-called risk analysis, and then based on the risk analysis, they will give advice whether we should proceed or not to proceed. But in most places, research is encouraged, because if you such a creativity, produce something which is very useful, why not? Then, if the country doesn't take it up, then they will regret. They will lose out. So most people will encourage things that are good. R&D they will encourage. So for me, I don't worry about why they should do this. You know, this is not consistent with the policy of being natural. I don't want to think about it. My task is, this is a task.
The safety.
You have to,
So you're just
safety, the world is moving into genetic modification. So for you to go and think that this shouldn't happen, it's a waste of time. It will happen. But what you need to do in order to minimize the safety aspects of such a products. So like this, many things happen, but regulators will focus on minimizing the risk. If you focus like that, then you are not thinking waste. But if you also, like any other NGOs or normal people, are thinking about why this is happening. No, the question of why doesn't arise, because it's a wave happening in the world. It's a trend happening.
You can't stop bad
You
things
can't
happening.
stop it. You can't stop it.
Can't stop bad things happening.
Because it's happening on such a level. Business comes in, and other power coming in politically. They want to create something that is putting them in a better position in regard to trade or military. So many
Okay,
things.
so that could lead to a very big discussion, so let's
We
move on to
shouldn't go into that.
another area, whether we can stop negativity.
Yeah.
So waste, coming back to your own waste management.
I normally very particular, I'm a very focused person. In meetings, I don't allow people to talk, keep talking and talking and talking. One indicator that you have a lot of waste is when you cannot describe a problem in few minutes, your thinking is not clear. So waste also comes because thinking not clear. So when thinking not clear, you go into unnecessarily into wrong direction, and you think that explaining for taking more time to explain means you have done well. Like that, we wasted our time thinking along that line. If they are very focused, then those people can use right words, right way, and just they get things. It's called focus, efficiency. Same in work. So for personal thing also, if anything is happening, be very focused in thinking. Look at, okay, there's a problem between in the family. Don't allow think about this happen and blaming this person, blaming the other person. A focused person will say, hey, let's do something about it. Come, let's talk. Sit down and talk. Create good environment. But then, when people are disturbed by things, they will have a lot of waste thought. It's difficult to create good environment. So therefore, as a person who wants to solve the problem, you create good environment. Talk to one. Like that, when after talking, they will then bring everybody together. Then I think we can sort of diffuse these waste thoughts happening with the people we meet with. It calls for, I really want to help. But then, why should I worry? None of my business. They should know what they are doing. Then you say, you will not do anything. But a person who is meditating, his views will always be selfless. He's selfish in the sense that, first let me care for me. Let me care for me. Let me not fall into wasteful thoughts. Let me become an example for others. So if I'm able to care for me, then I want to care for others. It will happen naturally. Even in your company, observing what you are doing, they will pick up a lot of things. You are different from others because of the power of concentration. For a person who is not doing meditation, it's difficult to control his thoughts. That's why you are learning meditation. If you really have learned meditation, when you reach a level, then you can control your thoughts. Because you have power to control our thoughts. But while you are learning, or you have not learned meditation, then these waste thoughts are very difficult to control. So, but that's why we are encouraging people to learn meditation. There will come a time you will develop control. Until then you will make mistakes. It's okay. It's okay because there is a learning process. There's a period of time needed so that you will come to terms with what's happening around you, and then you are able to accept things as they are. Always wanting to solve a problem, ability to accept things as they are, as someone is. When there's acceptability, your waste thoughts will go away. Sometimes, I like to see somebody's behavior change. Perhaps he himself may want to change himself. And he is not able to change himself because of not having the ability or knowledge. And here, I am putting this negative waste thing about him and making it more difficult for the person. So for me, it's as much possible, I won't say there is somebody who's totally free from waste thoughts. As you grow, even if you're a meditator, there are times that in a very refined way you may have waste thoughts also. It's something to learn until the end, so to say. But the yoga power will enable you to detect waste thoughts and give you the power to come out of it. That's why we have to meditate every day. Every day we have to meditate. That's also must become part of our, not only every day, we have to be in a state of meditation in our life. Meaning to say, it's not that when I say we are in a state of meditation, every time you close your eyes and remember God or this. No, the state of meditation means that you have a certain policy that all the time you have when something happens, you make reference to your policy. Is this consistent with my policy of wanting to remain cool, wanting to remain calm, wanting to be nice with people, wanting to be always help somebody? Is it consistent or not? If it's not consistent, no, stop. Stop your thoughts and then change that. If something is bothering you, remove it. No, change. Come to terms. Accept people. Main thing is accept people. Accept yourself. Accept people as you are. Come to terms. Then improve yourself. Contentment.
So I hope tonight we can include a meditation from this very logical person, because I can't. Quite unique, I think. But before that, do you want to invite questions? Yeah.
Yes, anything.
Do you have any questions or comments so far?
Yeah.
I think I like the topic actually, especially today, the navigation, the spiritual navigation. Navigation plays very useful at the moment in these days when you especially travel. It really help you to find a place. But that sometimes cause problem also. But spiritual navigation, it's in your experience, how spiritual navigation help you to overcome those challenges and problem. And
maybe one clear example, how spiritual navigation, how you navigated through that situation.
No, spiritual navigation is natural. It's natural. The more your spirituality accumulates inside you, you are naturally going on a spiritual path. Natural. The more you are positive, you are naturally going up. Natural. So therefore, the navigation here means that see that whatever you do is consistent with spirituality. They are so-called general spiritual laws. Before I describe that, let me say, we all have immune power to fight against negativity. The moment you are deviating from positivity, that means you are moving away from spirituality. So you have to bring it back to positive tension. So as a person, as a soul, you are totally positive. Deep inside you. In Hinduism, they will say that the soul is immune to action. They will say whatever the soul does, the soul will not get affected by it. But really, now my interpretation of that is, whatever it is, the soul deep inside has got a part where it has got its total purity preserved. So you must accept that deep inside you, your total positivity is preserved. What I need to do, I just need to use it. So therefore, you cannot say that you are not positive. Just make it living in you. Think about it more and more and more. It becomes living. From seed, the roots will come, and then the plant will grow. Like this, in life, you will become a positive person. Secondly, we also talk about concept of God, who you say, no, I don't hold anything for myself. I am always giving to you. If you are positive, what I give you will reach you. If you are positive one, I give it to you. So the methodology for taking from God is not even have to ask. It just comes to you. I just have to feel it.
Just be open.
Just be open. Just feel it. Feel it. My word always is feel it. No? Feel it. It will come. And the third thing is, if you are positive, people also will have good feelings for you. People's energy will come to you. You know where we fail? Navigation. The rules for navigation. The spiritual laws that we have to follow. The laws we are not following. For example, if you think people are writing one like this, one like that, so accept it. But when I don't accept them, even though deep inside me there's positivity, and even though people are positive about me and God's thing coming to me, but the fact that at this current moment I am negative. And so these three resources around me, I am not able to access these resources. So my navigation must be that whatever I do must be consistent with the natural law. Whatever, for example, you say, some people behavior always like that. It's nothing new, no? Do you know any friends say every time repeating the same mistake? You have any friends like that? It does the same thing again and again, and then you will say, oh, again, yes, done. So then you say, nothing new. Yes, done this. Why am I giving life to his weaknesses rather than giving life to the positivity inside me by saying that, come on, it's nothing new. It will happen. It will give time for people to change. Why are you imposing condition on you? That person must change now. Hey, what about him? If he says, no, you have to change now. Why we are always imposing on people? The second law. The law of karma, it says, if somebody is doing something, is hurting you, it must be, something happened that he's hurting me. And your thinking must be, I must always navigate myself. What he's doing is hurting me, but I don't want to hurt myself. I am strong enough. I'm so strong that even though what the person is doing is hurting me, one moment I feel the hurt and my system says, no, it's time you have to switch it off or change your way of thinking. Then I say, oh, maybe it's my karmic account. Maybe something wrong I have done. Well, because I have not done anything wrong to that person, but the person is attacking me. Never mind, because I want to be positive, even a blame on me that I have done something wrong to that person, I can even accept it and say, it's okay, sorry. So that you can be happy and I can be happy because I don't mind to admit that even though I have not done the wrong mistake, because I want that person to be happy. See how much big-hearted, this is spiritual loss. So the more big-hearted you are, you will find that negativities will not come near you. Because you are the giver, you're willing to go beyond and help others to go. So like these small things, makes a lot of difference in accumulating our positive energy. And that's where we fail, because they look small things. It still looked very logical.
You're very logical. It's good, isn't it? Because a lot of us, I think, go from the other side. We go from feeling a lot, trying to be more logical. So it's quite interesting to have someone who was so logical and now so feeling. Now you're emphasizing
now I work on feelings.
Feelings. That's what we're feeling.
Now feelings is either you work from bottom, that you say, I'm negative, and now I come to terms, this is finished, I want to move up. It's effort, no? Now I change to, no, what's my original quality? And without putting any condition, unconditional, and let my imagination go wild.
So even going wild. Yeah, you've really come a long way.
Go wild, and I am able to really imagine myself to be positive, and even if you going wild in a wrong way, the system will correct it. The system will, because your ultimate aim is you want to feel it. You want to feel it.
Have you ever gone wild?
Yeah, you have to think very broader. So many examples,
No, I mean really
yes,
wild.
Yes.
Huge.
No. Really wild, no. Not yet.
Not yet.
Because you know why? I always rationalize it.
Rationalize.
What is very wild? In order
Too rational.
in order to know what is very wild, you have to know what is wild. And from that level of wild, little bit more wild, and little bit more wild. So everything is step by step.
What's the wildest thing you've ever done?
Well, totally ignore about why not just ignore, as if nobody exists. I live in my own world. You know what is my world? I'm here now, I'm still in this world. I live in my own world. What I mean, I'm giving an example. You live in your own world. You know what's your own world? Your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's it. You are living through the thoughts you are creating, and that's your world. If you don't realize that, then you see, you may be creating a world full of negativity, and I am negative and I am blaming others. So therefore, as much as we are able to visualize something negative, we can visualize the opposite to that. Because if negative is here, positive is here. Just so every time you're disturbed by something negative, tell yourself, hey, I must look at the other end. The other end must also be with me. That's why I'm sensing this negativity. Way of changing, way of thinking. So be very wild in shifting negative to positive. It's okay.
It's okay.
You come to a stable level. You must become like the supreme energy.
Okay, can you guide us in that for a few minutes?
I can feel
You can feel. Can you make us feel? Help us to feel?
in silence.
In silence. Not guided. I want to hear your logical meditation. Because we always talk about feelings and imagination. What is a logical meditation?
We can try.
We can try.
Yeah.
Okay. Just for 5 minutes. Okay, we'll just
So we
soften the lights.
it is so positive that there is no limit to the positivity. My positivity is allowing me to grow bigger and bigger in my capacity to be able to be easy when I am in an environment which is totally negative as it is today. The world is negative because they have forgotten the positive qualities. But I now realize that I am totally positive in everything I do. I want to remain positive. When I am positive, the inner environment is positive, and my immediate environment also can be positive. In a positive state of mind, whatever I do will be positive. I look at everyone as positive entities. No matter who you are, no matter what they are, I want to maintain my attitude towards others as positive entities. So everything I see, I look at it positively. I have the ability to transform a negative thing that I see into something positive, because I deeply understand that everything happening is a significance to that. It's something new. So there's something positive. So let me change every negative thing that appears in front of me into positive by taking some time, coming to terms, look at it deeply, understanding spiritual laws, and then act. When I do such an exercise, I am creating a behavior inside me whereby the way to think in a positive way is continuously strengthened. This is transformation. I'm seeing myself being transformed. I'm able to feel the positivity inside me. I'm able to go deeper into the positive feelings. Feelings of love, the feelings of calmness, the feelings of silence, feelings can transform nature. When we become a person of feelings, let me make effort that every word I speak see whether I can experience the feeling of those words. Feelings are very powerful. Feelings are more powerful than words. shine, and I will be able to experience more and
Thank you. Very clear, very direct method of using the mind in the right way. So, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Any last words, or we'll wind up for this evening? Yes.
just be happy. Just be happy. First, happiness. Whatever happens, first, be happy. Second, what's the problem?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah.
Don't say, what's the problem? When I solve the problem, I can be happy. It's wrong method. Wrong method. Even though there's a problem, I must exercise my right to be happy and handle the problem. Then there's no problem because you got energy. After all, what is problem? Problem means it brings energy down. But if you are happy, your energy level is high. It's just a matter of energy only. Even if you don't have money, if you really maintain faith in you, the energy level, the change in the energy level will change the problem. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So that was really insightful, and for me, I really enjoy, having this opportunity here and like an engineer.
Yeah,
Chemical engineer giving class on meditation for a change. So very good, very nice. Very
I am
very
studying
logical.
soul engineering.
Soul engineering, yeah. But I hope when you're in Australia you can ride a emu or something wild. Not that the emu would like it, but yeah, we'll have to organise some experience. Good, so thank you. So next week we have Helen Chapman, and the topic